Let me tell you an incredible story of how God turned an army of 32,000 into just 300 men to achieve an impossible victory. It's one of the most fascinating tales of faith and strategy in the Bible. The Israelites were being terrorized by the Midianites, who would destroy their crops and leave them with nothing. God chose a man named Gideon to lead an army against these oppressors. Now, Gideon wasn't exactly your typical hero material. When God first called him, he was hiding in a wine press, threshing wheat. Initially, Gideon managed to gather 32,000 men for battle. But here's where it gets interesting. God said, "That's way too many." Can you imagine? Too many soldiers? God wanted to make it crystal clear that the victory would come from him, not from human strength. So first, God told Gideon to send home anyone who was afraid. Guess what? 2,000 men left. But even with 10,000 remaining, God said still too many. He then had Gideon take the men to drink water from a stream. Those who lapped the water like a dog were separated from those who cupped it in their hands. Only 300 men lapped the water, and these were the ones God chose. Here's the crazy part. Gideon's army of just 300 men was about to face a massive Midianite army of 135,000 soldiers. But God gave them an unusual battle plan. Each man carried a trumpet, an empty jar, and a torch. In the middle of the night, they surrounded the Midianite camp. On Gideon's signal, they blew their trumpets, smashed their jars, held up their torches, and shouted, "For the Lord and for Gideon." The sudden noise and light from all directions threw the Midianite camp into total chaos. They were so confused that they started fighting each other and fled in panic. Gideon's tiny army of 300 had won without even drawing their swords. This incredible victory wasn't about numbers or military might. It was about faith and obedience. God showed that he can do extraordinary things with just a handful of faithful people. Sometimes less really is more when God is in control.